Hey guys, so I believe it was my first or second video. I promised a video on my fish tanks, and I actually downsized my tanks and I only have one now. So this week's video is going to be all about my fish tanks, and I'm sorry if you came here for makeup. I know it's not really part of my channel. I'm not very okay, I'm kind of trying to jump around, be more versatile, see what works for me. So that is my 20 gallon, and I'm gonna go and show it to you. Fish tank is 20 gallons, and I have 5 bettas, 4 mollies, 5 rasboras, and a catfish and 2 snails. So I have this snail that's on this glass, and these 3 guys, and that is a betta. These clearer fish in the background are rasboras, and everything else is a betta. So these 4 guys are bettas, and one of them is missing. This one I believe is a crown tail female. That is just a female betta. That is an elephant ear, a koi female, and you can see kind of swimming in the background. He wants to show up my koi catfish. I have most of the plants are real. This is fake, the purple ones are fake, and this guy and that one in the back. I'm growing a couple. And then I have 2 filters right now. I have this filter, which is for a 20 gallon. This is for a 10 gallon. The 20 gallon filter, I don't have, you see where that little hole is? There's supposed to be an attachment that comes down to about here. It's missing, so I'm using a 10 gallon filter until then because that's what I have on hand. So there you go, this is my fish tank. So before anyone goes, well, you can't have several bettas in a tank, I say, well, this is working out very, very well for me. There are 5 females, all females. It's a sorority tank, that's what it's called, and you can keep other fish with bettas. The catfish do very, very well with the bettas. I fill out a nice niche in the bottom that the bettas don't really go to. My bettas like to sit, so they kind of sit at the bottom of the tank though. But they really don't bother the catfish. When they first went in, they bothered them a little bit, like they chased them around the tank, and now they're fine. When the rasboras first went in, they actually just were like, they looked at them and they were like, okay. When the guppies went in, the guppies had some issues. The 2 of them chased each other because guppies are known to be nippers. And so they kind of went after each other. I have a moss ball somewhere in there, a bubbler, I have a bunch of stuff in there. In terms of having a sorority tank, would I recommend it to somebody? Yes, if you're willing to put in the work. Bettas are one of the easiest fish to take care of. They need a minimum of 2.5 gallons per fish, and I would not recommend having anything less than 10 gallons if you want a sorority tank. Now, with that in mind, it is a lot of work. For starters, you need to get them accustomed to each other. So what I do is I will, and if I add any fish to this tank, I have to do it too. I keep them in the cups that they came in for about 3 days, and I have them all so they can look at each other. And that's how I introduce them to each other. They, then I have to put them in one by one, and I'm able to figure out what's going to be the more docile versus the more aggressive fish. I always put the most aggressive in last. The most aggressive is the one that I believe is a crown tail. Her and the elephant ear bettas are probably both equally aggressive, and they fought for a little bit when they first went in. And by fought, I mean they chased each other around the tank. One of them would hide, and then it would be all good. It was all good after 2 days in the tank. They all get along. On the occasion, they'll run after each other, but they have to establish a hierarchy. The guppies, I have 3 females and 1 male. And the reason for that is guppies breed like crazy. And I wanted to give my bettas exercise with food because I know it's really messed up. But they will eat the fry of the guppies. And so I wanted them to have, you know, the ability for so, or whatever. Just something about, the Bettas would eat the guppy fry, and, just a little messed up, but it's free food. It's whatever. I feed them 6 days a week, 6 days out of the week. There's always one day where I'm not here. I let them go without food. I was told it's actually good for their digestive system to let them kind of rest for a day. It's also not going to kill a fish if you don't feed it for a day. Sometimes I'll throw in bloodworms, but with having the sorority tank, like I said, it's a lot of work to introduce any other fish. If one of your Bettas dies, you have a choice. You need to keep them in odd numbers. So if you have 3 and then it goes, and the third one of them dies, and then you only have 2, you're gonna have to separate them, because then they might start fighting over the hierarchy. So it's kind of a pain. I've been very lucky with my Bettas, and that I haven't had any die on me. And the Cory cats I haven't been so lucky with. I've actually had 2 die, and I've had the tank for about 3 or 4 months, so I've been like testing the water. I did a water change and it was something in the water. But you also, with any kind of a fish tank, you need to do water changes every other week, and there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, I love my Betta tank. I love it, but it is a lot of work and it's not for everybody. So if anybody wants to know more about the sorority, I think I gave just about enough information. You do need to have a heater in there. Bettas like, or tropical fish, they like it to be at least 78 degrees. So a lot of hair just fell out. I put a heater on at 78. And yeah, I'm technically not at capacity for my fish tank, and if I were to get any more fish, I would get the catfish again. But I'm holding off for quite some time, just because I like what I have and I like how it looks. So if you have any more questions about the Betta sorority, you can comment down below, or if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know what else you guys want to see from me. All right, bye.